All right, guys, how's it going? East Banglers out here today. We're talking all about the 852C JWR. This is a 7'1" medium, extra fast action with that tip. So it's one of those rods where if you like finesse casting rods, the Shimano NRX, it doesn't get any better than this. You've got your ultimate feel. You've got as much feel as you can get out of a rod, sensitivity to the fullest. You've really got balance. It's super sensitive, light. So all those different things come into play. But the big thing too is, the materials, the construction, the lifetime warranty, all that other stuff comes into play. And then of course, performance. So the performance of the rod, how long does it last? Is it prone to issues? So today we're going to break down the 852C JWR. Now, it's one of those rods where, most people I talk to, they're fishing one style, maybe two styles on this rod. So today we're going to talk about, is it worth buying? Let's check the mark. Yes, it's worth buying. Let's tell you why. Let's tell you the good things about the rod. There's really, there's some pros and cons, but all pretty much everything's good. So, the original 852C, which was a green blank, then they remodeled it and did it in the blue blank. And now we have the Plus model series. And here's the one thing to consider. The green are extremely parabolic, okay? They're parabolic, and they actually, some of them lack in sensitivity, but man, they load great, they cast well, they fish well, they're phenomenal. Those blue blanks that were the next generation, those ones for the 852C, they're more sensitive, but they still got parabolic and they still load up well. They have that. So what the new Plus model has going for it is, it's stiffer and it doesn't load up as well. It's not as parabolic, but man, it still whips those, 1/8, quarter ounce, 3/16, 3/8, whatever it is, really, really well. I've fished a little bit heavier than I probably should on it because it's a Plus model. It's kind of it's on steroids in my opinion. So it is a 3/8 ounce at the cap, but I go up to a 1/2 ounce on it. Sometimes it's pushing it, sometimes no. But what makes this rod great is it's versatile. So you can literally throw straight braid on this rod and you can fish on the bottom 1 minute and bottom contact, feeling the bottom, throwing something, Texas rigging, whatever it is. The next thing you know, you can be casting and cranking and just, winding and going and covering water and covering all different water columns within the different areas. So then on top of that, you can throw top water on this. It's a great jerk bait rod. So you got your top water selection works, your jerk bait water. You want to go small, you want to go micro, you want to go medium, get away with medium sized baits. Man, it's a do-it-all, get it done. It's a great rod. I mean, it's one of those rods, you get one, you're like, man, should I get like a second or a third one of these? So, I've had a few in my lifetime, 3 of them or so. So, I mean, they're phenomenal rods. They're worth the money. But, like I said, you've got the option to do so much with them. You like fishing buzz baits, they work. You like fishing a small chatterbait, medium-sized chatterbait, you can get away with it. It's got the sensitivity, it's got the feel. But I also feel like, some of these rods, not all of them, they were done really well. So the 852C for the old versions, for the new Plus model, it's a phenomenal rod. Give it a 9.5 out of 10. Obviously, nothing's perfect, but great rod. I would say 7'1". It's 3/16 to 3/8. It's definitely one of those rods where I feel like when I load up on any fish, any size, I'm going to have a good time. At the same time, it's got enough power to when I get into those 5 pounds, spots or whatever it is, I've got the power. I've still got control. I've got a good handle, got good feel. And that's another thing is, you know, there's other rods, different handle styles. You got more feel, you got more control over the fish, even though it's a 2-power, you've got a lot more control than you'd think, even on, say, you know, something in a double-digit class. So this rod is great, 100%. Go get you one. A lot of the rods out there, you know, I would say a lot of them, they're designed for a particular thing and they work well for particular things. And in general, any rod can do anything. Having said that, this is a, you know, niche rod. It's one of those you are, you know, you want to do it and you want to be able to use the finest equipment. This is it. But at the same time, you know, you got to understand that one thing separating the NRX from every other rod is the deeper you fish it, the more sensitive it is. So a lot of rods, you know, they're pretty sensitive all the way down to about 10 and 20, and then you just lose it. I mean, you can't tell what's going on too well for the most part unless you're getting hammered. You can't tell. You definitely can't tell structure on the bottom and what you're feeling and all that, but you can potentially feel a bite. But, you know, with what we got going on now, you can feel that structure on the bottom. You know, you can also feel the bite. Sometimes you almost want to give yourself a few seconds because these rods don't load as well, the plus models. So let them really engulf that bait and then that 1-2 swing. And get yourself one of these 852Cs. Not sponsored by these guys, but do a lot with Shimano products, do a lot with Shimano, the company. Customer service is excellent. Don't be afraid about customer service. Recently, rods being replaced in 72 hours to a week. COVID was bad there for a minute, but things have changed, guys. So I'm going to get to a new rod. We're going to break down all kinds of rods. Why spend money when you don't need to? I mean, 80% of these rods, I mean, let's just be real. They're okay. They're good. They're pretty good. And then there's those, 20%. 20% of those rods that just really stand out. This is one of them. Go get yourself one. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.